750, Big 550 KTRS. Casey Joyce is with us. And also in studio is Aaron Perlut. Aaron, you have founded something called Rally St. Louis. What is Rally St. Louis?
Yeah, one of my endeavors, and not just my endeavor. There's a whole team behind Rally St. Louis, but it's basically it's a first of its kind platform that we created here that really is aimed at helping create excitement within St. Louis and then help better position St. Louis outside of the region, where anybody can go on the platform at rallystl.org and submit an idea for how to improve the city. And we have seen everything from online endeavors to sculptures to organic gardens to basketball courts, all over the map, and which is good because it shows kind of the diversity of the people in the region and their interests.
Right.
And then it kind of becomes up to the community how popular these projects are, and they get voted on. And the most popular projects move into a funding round, where then you can make micro donations or as big a donation as you want to make to help actually see these projects come to fruition. And thus far, we've funded three projects thus far, and we launched last November, and we're hoping to soon fund. And not voice ideas, but giving people the opportunity to voice their ideas in which wasn't really people weren't able to do before without digital tools, but now also pay for those ideas.
What are the three projects you've created so far?
So the first one that got funded was it's an organic food roof that was developed by two architects who work at HOK, and they had actually already arranged for space on a roof in downtown, and they're creating this pretty large organic garden, and they're going to have they're actually going to have beehives for honey, and they're going to have chicken coops as well there, and they're going to serve local restaurants and consumers that want to lease out a plot there. And it was fully funded in April, as well as there's a building down the river called the Cotton Belt Exchange, which is going to be, it's very parallel to the new I-70 bridge. And the guys that own it have basically offered it up to use it as a giant billboard, a welcoming billboard for people coming into the state from Illinois. And all they wanted to do was raise, I think it was $21,000 for some type of artwork to be put on there. So
right.
they were able to raise that. And then the last one that was funded, which is really cool, it's one of the WashU basketball players, a guy named Tim Cooney. He grew up playing basketball. He's from here. And he simply wanted – there's not a lot of urban courts in the city of St. Louis. And, to me, I can really relate to this guy. I actually just came here from playing basketball, and he grew up playing ball, and he wants to see kids have opportunities to play ball, but in a place that's convenient to their homes.
Right.
And so we raised, I think, $12,000 and are working with the city. The city's actually working to help us find a free piece of land to put it on so we don't have that additional expense as well. And they'll take ownership of it, and we'll simply just fund the construction of the court.
That's awesome.
That is a pretty neat deal.
Yeah.
So these are not billion-dollar projects. These are small projects.
For the most part, there's been some huge projects that have been out there. For instance, there was a soccer Hall of Fame that was on there, and that's if you benchmark that against, say, the Blues Hall of Fame that's going in downtown, that's about a $15 million endeavor.
Right.
I do think that in the very near term, we're going to see projects get funded that are somewhere in the middle, maybe several $100,000, because we're starting to see an appetite for that. So, for now, you're right. It's been more the projects that are in the $20,000 to $50,000 range. But I do think we're slowly, as we build more traction, and we're about to actually start doing kind of advertising for it. Everything that's been going on has been very organic and not kind of overt, but we want to basically help inform people that this is available.
These smaller projects are totally funded by donations from Rally St. Louis?
Well, it's funded by donations from everyone from people like us to there's actually been some corporate donations to several of the projects. And to me, that has been the most fascinating aspect of this, is that it has brought together these parties that would have had no way of ever meeting. For instance, the Project Blacktop, the basketball court, brought together basically a WashU kid with Emerson gave $2,000 and Hardee's gave $2,000. He would have never had any connectivity with them if it wasn't for the word of mouth that was created about the project and so he just brings these interesting parties together. Bunge North America, which is a huge seed and oils company that's right here in Creve Coeur, they gave $25,000 to the Food Roof project because it's very much in line with their business interests. They grow soybeans, so it's brought together these really interesting partners that it's been really great to see.
The website is
rallystl.org.
Now, you've been asked to go speak overseas on this?
Yeah, it's so there is a we haven't told anybody this, so I guess this is us breaking news.
Yeah, breaking news. Yeah, absolutely.
But
please hold off on the sound effect.
Yeah, sorry, I won't beatbox either. But there is a so there's an international symposium in Aix-en-Provence, France, which is kind of near Marseille in the south of France. It's at a university there, and essentially what they do is they look at global benchmarks of great examples for regional marketing. And essentially that's what Rally St. Louis is. I mean, we're trying to better position this region in a very grassroots kind of way that's a very slow build. And so they came to us in April, and they said, listen, we found Rally St. Louis. We think it's extraordinary. We're considering recognizing you for your being best in class for regional marketing and citizen engagement. And they informed us about a month ago that we are, in fact, going to get some citation from them. So my partner Brian Cross and I, Brian really, this is kind of ultimately the Rally St. Louis concept is really his brainchild. But he and I are being flown over, and we're going to present on it at this conference. And I think he and I both are really honored. I know our board is really honored that this is happening.
That's a pretty special deal.
So in addition to the Rally St. Louis stuff, you're also one of the founding partners of Elasticity, a local marketing firm. And people might not remember, but you were the outgoing president of the American Mustache Association, an organization dedicated to trying to bring tax credits to mustachioed Americans.
Yeah, it's funny. My partners are very eager to separate the American Mustache Institute and Elasticity, and I wonder why. Because we go into meetings like, oh yeah, you guys are the mustache guys, and it's like, I guess we kind of are. So Elasticity is our agency, and the American Mustache Institute is something that I created with a couple friends probably about 7 years ago, and it is. Basically, the American Mustache Institute is a third-party advocacy organization that defends the rights of people with facial hair. And as ridiculous as it sounds, there's actually been purpose and meaning behind some of the things that we've done. We've saved a couple people's jobs who've been threatened with being fired because of their facial hair.
Wow.
We changed
men or women?
Both. We changed. One was the woman was an East German pole vaulter. We actually changed policy in a school district in Texas that had outlawed facial hair.
That's awesome.
So it's ridiculous, and I have retired now. So
Andrew Perlut, the website again. Aaron Perlut. The website is
rallystl.org.
Come back and tell us more great stories.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, quick check of traffic and weather. Tim Weiland, you're in the KTRS